A self-described January 6th truther, oh boy, recently decided to place the blame for the violence on January 6th, not on Antifa, not on Black Lives Matter, no, on the cops. Oh, interesting. So now this person is Julie Kelly, and she recently appeared on Steve Bannon's War Room, so that podcast, and well, here's what she said.
The people who were violent on January 6th were the police, who were there, DC Metro and Capitol Police, who were throwing flashbangs and dousing protesters with tear gas and using rubber bullets against them outside the building. Those were the violent people on January 6th. The Proud Boys, Joe Biggs and Ethan Nordine, and the other ones who have been incarcerated under pretrial detention orders, they did nothing violent. But it doesn't matter, Steve. You know this. None of this matters. Facts don't matter. They're going to lie tomorrow night that all these police officers were killed on January 6th. We're going to hear about Brian Sicknick again, who died of natural causes, nothing to do with January 6th. You're going to have, more testimony from police officers and clips about how traumatized they were.
All right, so I had to stop there because, she admits it already. Facts don't matter. How correct you are. At least, and it doesn't matter to the people that you're talking to. Okay. But look, again, let's talk about the irony, right? The irony of the most delicious kind. So you're going to tell me that the police, who are pro-right wing, intentionally beat up right wingers. What? I'm sorry. That doesn't make any sense. Now, look, I'm not saying that cops don't regularly beat the crap out of protesters. We know for a fact that they do. But here's the thing. They only do it to certain types of protesters. Certain kinds. And let me say, I can guarantee that it's, that pro-police, pro-Blue Lives Matter MAGA supporters ain't those kind of people that cops attack. Okay? Again, we know that for a fact. You can go to and look at a lot of these George Floyd protests, for example, where you had police that were literally picking people off the street randomly. It just, insane stuff that's happened. And yes, by the way, in the George Floyd protest, police absolutely did what she was describing. We're starting the violence. They would go in, they would provoke that violence. But again, note how they only do that against certain types of protesters. When it comes to MAGA people, well, they had a very, very light hand, very gentle. But look, as far as what actually pushed the police in the Capitol to actually fight back, and some of them did. There were some black officers that had actually been, very serious about their jobs, okay, in trying to defend the Capitol. We have the videos of people pushing their way through these barricades, through police, after police had to leave those barricades, to retreat from them. We also know that Capitol Police in this case, had refused several offers for help. So now, 3 days before the riots, the Pentagon had asked the Capitol Police, based on evidence, that, hey, there's going to be a huge MAGA thing that's going to go on. There's going to be a huge rally, Stop the Steal, and we are concerned that there's going to be violence there. So maybe, you should beef up your security. Capitol Police say, nope, no, we don't need it. We don't need the National Guard. We don't need the FBI. That was during the riot. The Justice Department said, hey, whoa, we see what's going on there. Do you guys need some FBI agents? No, we're good. We're good. We got this. Super. No, not super. They're not doing very well. In fact, they were doing quite badly. But again, it doesn't matter. As she said, facts don't matter. Facts don't matter. But look, they figured, hey, it's just a bunch of Trump supporters. 99% of them are white Republicans. They're not going to do anything. They're fine. They can come in. And again, look at the assumptions, right? Especially when you compare this response to past protests at the Capitol building that involved black people. In fact, Theodore Jones, this is a black officer whose career had stretched from the Nixon inauguration to Barack Obama's. He had worked as part of the Capitol Police. He said that the agency had consistently overreacted to events with black participants. Oh, you don't say. You don't say. He said this. He had recalled that when Louis Farrakhan, the Nation of Islam leader, visited the Capitol with just a handful of associates, all officers were required to stay at their posts. And they had a SWAT team on standby in a garage. Why do you need that? It's Farrakhan, just like a couple of people. What do you think he's going to do? Now, again, you get like a handful of black people. They're on high alert. Oh my God. Red alert, station one. There's black people near the White House. Can't have that. Sound the alarm. But when it is thousands of Trump supporters that you already know, some of them plan to do violence, try to storm the Capitol, they did nothing. Nothing. Now, back to Jones here. He said, I thought that was an insult to every black officer on the force. Now, you had a whistleblower as well, who was part of the Capitol Police. He said that two senior officials in the department, Sean Gallagher, and which is the Capitol's acting police of uniformed operations, and Yogananda Pittman, its assistant chief of police for protective and intelligence operations, did not distribute crucial information to the command staff prior to the riots. The whistleblower also claimed other game-changing information that was never distributed, including information that the groups with demonstration permits around the Capitol on January 6th were all facades for Stop the Steal. He also claimed that while he was in the Capitol Police's command center with Pittman and Gallagher during that attack, those two were just doing very little to nothing to control the riot. Quote, what I observed was them mostly sitting there blankly looking at the TV, showing real-time footage of officers and officials fighting for the Congress and their lives. He added that the pair did not try to help or assist as officers and officials were literally fighting for each other, their lives, and the Congress. Weird. Hey, it looks like this person is a liar. Oh, no, the cops were there. They were doing violence against the Trump voters. Yes, against the Trump supporters. No, they had very light, silky gloved hands. That's what they had. All the facts, plus all the video evidence of the riot, testimony from whistleblowers, people who were involved, all of it show that the police were not the ones who instigated this violence. And in fact, we know that the police were not proactive enough in trying to stop the violence. Had it been a group of Black Panthers or Black Lives Matter protesters that tried to run the barricades, you know what would happen? They'd be dead. They would have been shot dead or arrested. Probably the first one. This woman is living in a fantasy land. It's not real. But no, I've got one more video here, and this is where, of course, she gets into a conspiracy. How, the January 6th committee, they're going to try to they're going to use this to destroy the Constitution and frame Trump.
I guess you have to destroy the Constitution, like Jamie Raskin is suggesting, to protect the Constitution or something like that. It's all a performance. but it does serve the purpose, as I said, to build up public justification to eventually bring charges against Donald Trump. And Steve, I see no reason why this DC U.S. Attorney's Office, Matthew Graves, a Biden campaign advisor, there's no reason for him not to bring charges against Donald Trump. They have gotten away with everything to this point.
Oh, really? Graves, I believe, is the one who declined to bring charges against Mark Meadows. And I mean, come on. Really? Really? Jesus Christ.